Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 2 of our under 26 challenge, and I am so excited to start our first year here with the youngsters, as we're not looking like the brightest team, but I mean, potential wise, we do have some young guys that I think could potentially jump up. We also have some nice trade bait heading into free agency this year as well, which is nice to look at. A couple pieces in Adam Larson. I mean, nobody else defensively. Jean-Gabriel Pageau as well, since he's a free agent as well. So we have some people who we could possibly get rid of here in this upcoming trade deadline that we could get some picks from, which should be nice. But overall, we got a nice young team. Excuse me, I'm excited to see what this team will bring to the table. Now, I'm honestly not going to edit very much else, because looking at everything else on this team, there's nothing really you could fucking do to make this team better or make this team an all-star of a team, because right now we're so young. I think dropping for Alexis Lafleur is going to be the way to go for this team. And that's just to be brutally honest. And Alexis Lafleur would be a huge player to bring to the team because of that fact that he's already going to be NHL ready. He's going to be a great player for us, I think. We do need to change up all the scouting locations, so we scout practically every area that we can scout, so we're not missing out in one single area, because we want every area scouted so we know who we are picking when we do pick a player, because that is going to be the biggest thing for our team right now, is we want the best players and when we can get them. And so that's what we're going to be aiming for right now, is just to get the best players possible and really just draft really good for the next little bit, because this year's going to be rough. Going into free agency, I don't see us really picking up anybody. Adam Larson, I feel like he's going to be a guy that we're just going to go out and trade for some other youngster or somebody that can make an indent into the roster, which will be the story of a lot of the players that we do go after, is that it'll be a player that we need and just fits properly on the roster, right? So I feel like the players that we could build off of, Kasperi Kapanen, Sami Blatt for a couple years, Denis Gurianov. I mean, Mikhail Sergachev, we're going to have him for a couple years before he leaves the team. Same with Adam Fox. I think he's going to be a perfect offensive defenseman for the team. And yeah, so let's start up the simulation with your Quebec Nordiques. Get right into it. I guess we need to make a captain too, I guess, this year. We're going to actually make a captain of, not of the oldest player, but the player that's going to be on the team the longest. Just the way that shit's going to be. So Kasperi Kapanen, and then we're going to put it as Sami Blatt, because I feel like that's going to be a big player, and then Mikhail Sergachev will be our captain for right now. I feel like he's just going to be the guy that's going to be the leader. I mean, he played with Tampa Bay. He had Victor Hedman as teammates and stuff like that. I think he's a perfect teammate or a captain to captain this team. So let's practically get the first year underway. We're not going to be doing anything else but for simulating this year, because it's excuse me. It's going to be pretty much straightforward. We're going to just simulate through the year, make a couple trades, get to the playoffs, sim to probably the lottery in this video, because there's nothing really we can do. It's just practically simulation by simulation. It's not like the Chicago Blackhawks series where we take it slow and we just go one by one. No, it's just going to be straight ahead. We're going to get as much games as we can. As already starting the year, the youngsters are 5-1 to start the year, off to a very, very surprising start for the Quebec Nordiques. It's surprising me, even. This is definitely not the start that I was thinking we were going to get off to. Now, I do got to check if all the roster moves are in place. Miles Wood, damn, he's ripping it up. I got to check if all the roster moves are in place and stuff like that. Damn, we got a lot of fucking money. Oh, fuck, we got a lot of defensemen, too. Right, we said we were going to make some trades, but I think we can make a couple trades once we hit just the offseason or the trade deadline, and just make a shit ton, because we could package up Adam Larson right now. But I want to see how good the team is, because if we're going to be playing really good like we are now, might as well go after a good player. I mean, this division's so goddamn stacked in the Central, so I mean, either way, we're going to be fighting for a divisional spot right there. Anthony Cirelli out of the lineup. Don't worry, we got fucking depth upon depth right now in the here in Quebec. Quebec. There we go. There's the losses starting to come in for the Quebec Nordiques. We really want to start losing games, not winning games, because, you know, Barclay Goodrow. We want Anthony Cirelli there, and then we could put Barclay Goodrow there. There we go. Cirelli back in lineup. Semi Blah. I mean, yeah, look at that. We're actually not. I mean, the first line's kind of a gong show. We could probably put who would work up there. Yeah, Oliver Bjorkstrand. Give them a boost overall there. See if that helps them out a bit. Shrgachev, Zadorov, Sanheim, Fox. I'm really excited to see how Fox does for the team. He's been. I can't believe he left fucking. He's like, fuck Calgary. I'm going to New York, bitch. Or Carolina or whatever. And then Carolina had to get rid of him, right? I think that's how it went. Because he was in Carolina too there for a bit, and then he didn't want to play for Carolina. Fucking is he American too? Yeah, American bitch. Fucking American bitch. Now he's stuck on a youngsters team. How funny is that? Brendan Lepsick, we could throw you back in lineup. There you go, buddy. Let's keep on the simulation rolling here for your Quebec Nordiques. As we're doing really well. We surprisingly we're doing half decent. I mean. We do have a good goaltender. You got to give us that. We have a good goaltender in, what's his face? UC Saros, right? We have a starting goaltender, or almost a starting goaltender in him, who's actually very solid right now this year, right? And then we have a good backup, half-decent backup in Tristan Jarry. So, I mean, this team is not a surprising team that we're going to win a couple games this year, I think. And with this stacked Central Division, there's no way we're going to make it in the playoffs. I'd rather lose games than win, because of the fact that I want to win Alexis Lafont-Rain right now, because he'd be such a huge player for us. And if we make it to the playoffs, that ruins our chances of getting one of the best players in the game, I think, right now, of us being able to possibly build a good team. Yeah, fuck me, guys. What the fuck is going on here, boys? Where are the wins coming from, man? Like, I would never expect you guys to fucking win games like this. Xperia Kapanen, the first line, fucking ripping it up. Cassa's ripping it up. Lapsick is ripping it up. Wood, the fucking fourth line's ripping it up. Shrgachev and Larson. I mean, defensively, they're playing really solid down there. UC Saros is just playing like a god this year, 925. This team is surprising me, man. 15-8. Wowzers. How the fuck are we winning games here, man? This is absolutely stunning. 16-10. Big loss there against the Anaheim Ducks. Holy shit, boys. Let's get some losses here, man. It's always that case. Like, I say that I want to get a player. I'm like, yeah, I want to get Alexis Lafont-Rain. And then somehow, this game has been really weird this year, because I don't think I've ever had a losing team but for like 1 year. And I was really surprised about that, because the team was actually half decent. It's just, coach was shit and just luck. But I guess, like, coaches do have a huge impact on the team. And I mean, we are a young team, and I would like to see it. Honestly, if we make it to the playoffs, I wouldn't be stunned about it. And I wouldn't hate that fully if we did make it into the playoffs. So, it's just, now I have to figure out a thumbnail for the fucking video, I guess, if we're going to be making it in the playoffs. Jesus Christ, boys. What's going on? 22-15-0. We haven't lost a single game. Sam Bennett is leading the team in points, and he's on the fourth fucking line, man. That is nuts. So we're sitting fourth place in goal scoring. Defensively, we are one of the best teams defensively. Power play, we can't score on the power play, which is understandable, because I didn't even edit the power play, because I was like, yeah, fuck that shit. And I don't know how in the fuck we're actually winning this many games and producing this many points. Everyone's contributing, and that's a big thing right now. No one's leaving each other out. Everyone's contributing. Everyone's playing good hockey. UC Saros is playing like a god this year. All right, man. This team is it's surprising me this year. Honestly, I'd never thought. It's like almost the first year of the Chicago Blackhawks series there. They surprised me, because somehow this team was making it somehow in the fucking playoffs. So this team is surprising me a bit for sure. I never thought this team would actually be in a playoff spot right now. So I'm a little stunned right now. Just a wee bit stunned. Man, that's that's nuts. Well, we'll continue the simulation here. Might as well not stop while we're at it and just continue. Because why stop, right? So let's get up to trade deadline, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll see if we're going to have to make a big trade. UC Saros just got injured. That's one of our big-time goaltenders. So we're going to have to call up Charlie Lindgren. And we will use him. Now, the rule with this, too, is the entire team has to be under the age. So no matter who we pick up, even if it's a goalie, they have to be under 26 to play on this team, no matter what we do. So the AHL has to be filled up with a bunch of youngsters as well, which we already kind of got that covered up and stuff. So already got that covered up, boys. Already got that shit covered. But the AHL team's not doing very good. But Madison Bowie and Mikoshin might be two guys that we trade away and get some assets from draft picks and stuff like that. Might be the way to go with those two fellas. UC Saros back in lineup. Not very long of an injury, so that's good to see. But I don't know how the fuck we're making it in the playoffs or even how good we're doing, because it's kind of surprising me right now and how good we're playing, because usually like a team like this would never play good. It would be kind of dog shit. And it's definitely surprising me. But I don't think we're in a playoff spot anymore. We'll have to double check. If it scans over to my division central, we are out of a playoff spot right now. We're starting to lose some games here in the month of January. The losses are starting to pile up here for the Quebec Nordiques. We're starting to lose that playoff position, which is kind of what I want to see for the team. Jonathan Falk, I'm concerned about the lack of scoring. Look, as much as I would like that dress scoring, I think it solved itself. All right, I'm skeptical, I think, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Okay, thanks. Come back to me in a week or two. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not fucking doing anything, Jonathan Falk, honestly, buddy. It's a young team. We're not going to be scoring goals like we want them to score goals right now, and that's just a matter of fact. We want to be losing as a team. And I know the boys don't want to be losing as a team, but that's just the way that I fucking want things to go. So hopefully those things go. And the thing I like about having a young team like this is we have so many players actually developing because they're actually getting ice time. Like Guryanov's developing. Andre Cass is jumping up there nicely. I mean, Guryanov is a low elite, so we got to develop him nicely. Shergachev, we're going to really be focusing on him, getting him to his best of his ability. Because I want to build a team here in like 2 to 3 years. And I think we could possibly do that. I mean, we have the players to do that already, to build a playoff team. I mean, you got Kasperi Kapanen, who you have for a couple of years. Jean-Gabriel Pageau, we got to get rid of here very soon. Same with Adam Larson. Remember the rules that they're 26 at the start of the year. We could keep them throughout the season. So he was happy that we started scoring more goals. Okay. Cool. Jonathan Falk. All right, buddy. I'm glad you're happy about that. We're starting to win some more games here, but Miles went out with another concussion. I feel like no matter what, we're a couple points out. I feel like we just still rebuild the team here, boys. I think that's going to be the plan coming in, because there's no fucking way we make it into the playoffs or even have a chance at winning games. Vinny Hinostraza. Let's see how young this guy is. 25 years old. He'll be turning 26 next year. He's just kind of a worthless pickup out of our picks. And we're going to try to get as much picks as we can coming into this this point of time, because I want to load up as much draft picks as we possibly could going into this this trade deadline. So what we're going to do here quickly before we get to trade deadline and stuff, we're going to load up on a bunch of just non-contract players. It doesn't even matter how old they are. We'll just pick up a bunch of old fucks. Actually, there'll be another. Oh, what the fuck? Mikael Granlund's still on the free agent? Bruh. And Chris Kreider, dude, I would totally be as like a playoff team looking at that shit. Excuse me. I would totally be looking at picking up some of those players. Now, all these guys want 3-year contracts. We're going to have to find one that's just a 1 year. Can we find... Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, fucking goddamn it. Where's one that we could just sign for 1 year? Because these guys are going to be stuck on those 3-year contracts. Oh, there we go. There's one. Welfordson. One way. That should do us good. That should bury practically all our salary cap there. Give us only $2 million left, which is all we really need to go in, because we're not trading for any big money players. You got to remember, we're going after youngsters, so We're not looking for too much here for the Quebec Nordiques. Oh, look at that big trade. The Detroit Red Wings pick up Lundqvist for some dumb reason, as the Rangers picked up Dadonov and Applicator for some dumb reason as well. That was a trade that did not really work out both ways. I mean, you got a big contract player off. Florida picked up Deneau. That's a nice depth player for the team for sure. So, Wilfredson signs with the team. He'll be playing in the AHL. There's no way that we're going to be making it into the playoffs for sure. We're pretty far away out, and I mean, we're just not getting those overtime losses to what the fuck at Ottawa, bruh. I guess you got a first-round draft pick because of Ryan Kessler, but a Cesamo Scandella, bro, and you get a first-round draft pick. That's a steal. Armia, I think that was one of the guys that we were thinking of picking up, but we decided not to because he's 26. So we will pass by you, Joel Armia, and just keep on simulating. Martin Kaut goes to Carolina for Jake Gardner and Ryan Dzingel. So some big trades going on here in the league this year. Paul Stastny goes to Edmonton for a first. So Edmonton, they're bolstering up the team to get ready for a big playoff push. Nice to see that from them. And a couple big wins here for the Quebec Nordiques going into trade deadline. But that is not enough to give us a playoff position. And, I mean, that's screwing up our lottery chances big time because now we're looking at a pretty deep fucking drafting spot. But, I mean, we can fuck up our chances if we just bomb the rest of the year and trade away a bunch of our good players. But, I mean, yeah, we're pretty up there. We're, like, almost near the top. So, we're going to be... Fuck, man, that's shitty because we wanted that top tier player to really start us off on a good run. Anyways, so there's the team in points. Not looking too shabby. We are having some good goal scorers in like Bjorkstrand and Kasperi Kapanen and Sam Bennett fucking just ripping shit up for the team, which is nice to see. We're going to definitely edit the lineups and stuff like that. But Mikhail Shrikachet, 33 points. He's having a big time year for this kid. He should be almost able to pass his career high this year with how well he's playing. But we do got to make a couple trades before we continue. Adam Larson and Jean-Gabriel Pageau will be up on the block. So let's make some big deals. I think draft picks will be the way to go because I feel like just drafting will be huge right now for us. We'll take a look at old age. So we got Larson, Pageau, Bellevue, and Goudreau. And next year we're going to have McCabe, Hartman. Depends on what time they hit that age as well, so we'll have to look at that. But for right now, we're going to be trading away Larson and Pageau. So we'll focus on Larson first, and then we might bundle up for a big old trade. So Adam Larson, too. Is this team a playoff team? No, they're not. We're trying to trade to... Oh, man, I wouldn't mind doing that. Adam Larson, he's not like an older player. He'd be somebody that can help him out a bit. So a couple, maybe next year's first. And we could also trade you guys... Jean-Gabriel Pageau as well. I feel like that should work for a second and a first. Doesn't work for their salary cap. So we need to find a team that works for both of these players' salary caps. Carolina, but I think they did trade away a couple of their... No, they did not. Ooh, they got some fucking high up draft picks. Carolina, would you be willing to trade away your first? And then also, they don't want to trade their first though. So I mean, I don't want to steal a pick from a team that's... Detroit wants to trade away. They don't want to trade away their picks either. Do we want to trade? No, they do not, huh? A lot of these teams don't want to trade away their picks anymore. Edmonton does. So we'll take up your first, third, a second, and a third. So we'll bolster up on a bunch of picks. We'll take it back as salary cap player. Sure, we'll do that for you guys. I mean, yeah. I know you guys. Do you guys got a young player that we could take back? Oscar Klefbom? No, he's 26, so... Not in my idea. We'll take back Matt Benning. I wouldn't mind doing that. No. Still doesn't work. Jean-Gabriel Pageau. We could get you guys one player. And you guys want Adam Larson. So I would totally give you guys Adam Larson, but that would put him over the maximum salary cap there. So we're going to have to do one player at a time, I think, here. That's just the way that shit's going to have to work for this one. That's just going to be one player at a time and just bolster up on a bunch of picks. Can we get a first for Adam Larson? First and like a fourth and a fifth. Can we do that for Adam Larson? Will that go through? No, it does not. Just a fifth. Just a first. Sweeten it a touch. So if we add one of our... We don't have very many picks. Damn. I didn't know that. So fifth. For that first. There we go. We'll just assist that one. So we trade away a defenseman now. Now we're going to trade away Jean-Gabriel Pageau as well. He could go to San Jose for sure. Second, third, and then next year a fourth. Would that work for Jean-Gabriel Pageau? Yes, it does. Boom, more picks for the Quebec Nordiques. That is the way that we want shit right now. Defensively, we're going to push ourselves over the salary cap if we keep making some trades. So the way the defensive core lays out now is Sergachev, Fox, Sanheim, McCabe, Fleury, Mikoshin, and then, yeah, that's it. So you got Zadorov, Bowie, Bellevue sitting. So we're going to trade away Bellevue. We'll wait for Madison Bowie. We could trade him during the offseason because we got to get rid of Bellevue anyways. We could keep Goodrow and we'll just trade him away at the draft. We'll just bolster up on a bunch of lower picks for Bellevue, 4th, 5th. There we go. So we got a couple players to head out of the Quebec Nordiques, building us up a bit more, giving us some more, just some trading assets practically, and we're all ready to go and continue the season for your Quebec Nordiques. As we traded away some younger players, got rid of some guys that we really don't need right now, and to keep building the team, to keep getting better. Bjorkstrand there. Sorelli does not really work there, so Sam Bennett, and he's been ripping shit up. Sergachev, Fox works. Sanheim, McCabe, sure. I mean, Sanheim, McCabe, or Fox and Sanheim been working really well this year. So Jake McCabe alongside Mikhail Sergachev, and we are all ready to go. I feel like Madison Bowie next year should get a spot over Jake McCabe. We'll probably trade away Jake McCabe since he's 26 years old. We'll try to make this team as young as we can going into next year. We're going to do a lot of roster changes going into next year. So hopefully we can bail down some more and take a lot of losses coming from now until going into the playoffs, because I want to lose as many games as possible. So we're not even going to edit the lineups. The lineups can just stay the way they are, and we could edit them next year. We could figure out what type of lineups do we really want for the team. But we need some losses right now, and we need a lot of them so we can bail for Alexis Lafreniere, as that's the big-time player we want. So let's keep getting some big-time losses and not wins, because we do not need wins right now, and we keep getting fucking wins. Oh my god, I asked for losses, and I get the polar opposite of that, and I get fucking wins. That's the fucking problem with this team, too. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, when I get into next year, like, I'm not going to be fucking able to fucking do shit with this team. Like, oh my god, we're winning fucking games. But the thing is, I'm not going to be able to sign any free agents. We're literally drafting players to help us go after other players. It's ridiculous, brah. It's ridiculous. Jake McCabe could go on in there. I really don't give a shit about the lineups right now. Let's continue on this simulation here, boys. And then we're going to see who wins the lottery this year. Hopefully we can get deadly-ass lucky with the lottery, because right now the way that we see it, we're going to get a very, very high-up pick. So, I guess the game plan now is to, I guess, fucking try to trade up for a pick, because that's just the way that shit is going to have to be. Because of that, we played so fucking well, and we got 90 points somehow in our first year as a young team. So I guess that's good growth, but in the end of things, it's not what we really wanted. We wanted to bail for draft picks, but I guess that doesn't happen, right? It's just the fucking dick comes up my ass. So Nashville gets the lowest amount of points, so they get the best odds. We get nowhere near the best of odds. I don't know how the fuck Nashville bailed that fucking hard, but we would have been a playoff team in the East, bruh. Jesus, Philadelphia did make it in the playoffs, so we're not going to get any good pick from them, but we can push ourselves up higher in the draft if we really wanted to. We could do some trades. Andre Casa, Sam Bennett had a good year. Sammy Blah, 47 points, gets free capping him. I think it's the fact that we were so goddamn deep, and that's what really made it such a difference, is that we were a deep team, and everyone contributed to the winning of the team. So there's the stats. Let's take a look at game winning. Take a look at stats and stuff like that. 290. So we lowered our goal scoring a bit near the end of the season there. We were still one of the best defensive teams out of the league, so that's something to hold for. We're going to have to make that power play better. In the PK, we can make that a bit better as well. So not looking too bad as the Quebec Nordiques will be heading into the kind of their first, well, the second official off season. That was our first official year, and we had a pretty good damn one. Surprisingly enough, it surprised me even, and that's pretty fucking surprising. I never thought I would do this good in the first year. So let's see how the lottery is looking like right now, and the way that we're probably going to be picking is all the way up past 10. So Antonio Strangers, Marco Rasso, Conazero, Dakota Gleason, Jamie Drysdale, Brendan Schneider, so all guys that are probably about top 4. Jean-Luc Foodie, guys that are all top 4, guys that could possibly get up there. And I want to get down to like around here where like Quinton Byfield is, or Lucas Raymond, or Alexander Holtz, or Anton Lindell, or Cole Perfetta. Because all these guys are your guys that are elite and guys that can definitely be big changers for your Quebec Nordiques, and guys that I think that would totally help with the team this year. So Tampa Bay Lightning are your Stanley Cup champions. Congratulations to them. And your lottery, and we get 15th. We did not move up any picks, so we're stuck with the 15th overall selection. And we're going to want to move up in the draft, that's for fucking sure. We're not going to want to stay where we are picking right now. We're not going to have any retired players, so I'm not really too worried about that. Coaches, we're probably not going to have any retired coaches, so I'm not worried about that. Oh, we'll just continue. Oh, shit, boys. Okay, so take a look at the draft board. We have a shit ton of picks this upcoming draft. We got the 15th and the 22nd pick. And then just practically a whole plethora of picks for this upcoming draft, which should be nice. But I want to get that Elite Four to really boost up our offense and just to kind of give us that extra push with scouting and stuff like that. So, I mean, Lateral Rain's practically out of the books. That first round draft pick's it's not going to be there. Brian Thorburn, Vitaly Kalin, I mean, Brian Thorburn is practically ready to go. Both of these guys are NHL ready. I mean, Lucas Raymond as well as NHL ready. Quinton Byfield, he's like 1 year away. Alexander Holtz is ready. Cole Perfetta is 1 year away, 2 years away, 3 years away. So we want to aim for around 5th to about 8th and go for those picks. So we'll go over those picks in the next video, but for right now, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the episode, the first official season with the Under-26 team. We'll take a quick look at the awards quickly. So it was Winnipeg versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. Individuals, Connor McDavid won the Art Ross. He won the Hart Memorial as well. James Norris goes to John Carlson. He also won the Lady Byng, Connor McDavid. Calder goes to Jack Hughes. Colin Smythe, Ryan McDonough. Vesna, Craig Anderson. William Jennings goes to Craig Anderson. Bill Masterson goes to Seth Jones. LeBeau wins to Jack Adams. Ryan O'Reilly wins to Frank J. Selke. Ted Lindsay goes to Connor McDavid. And Maurice Ricochet goes to Tyler Seguin. How deadly was Connor McDavid this year? Because he seemed to put up a lot of points this year. Let's take a look at that. Connor McDavid, 124 points. Leon Draisaitl, 115. What a lethal year for those two kids. They were just lighting the show up. But for right now, guys, I am going to sign off. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I'll see you guys all in the next one where we take up the draft and the offseason. And we're going to really figure out what this team really is and if we're going to have another good season like we did this year. So for right now, guys, I'm going to sign off. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios, amigos.